All right, in this mini lesson, we are going to be multiplying mixed numbers. So I have three different types of examples. I have a mixed number times a whole, a mixed number times a fraction, and a mixed number times a mixed number. In order to do these types of problems, the fastest way to multiply mixed numbers is to change them into improper fractions. You are welcome to break apart and use what we call the distributive property. What you used in elementary school is the break apart method, or partial product in order to multiply these. But as I said, the fastest way to actually multiply these is to change them into improper, multiply, and then if you choose to do so, you can change them back into a mixed number. So for example one, I have 5 times 2 and 1/3. So the first thing you need to do is change that 2 and 1/3 into a improper fraction. And remember, we do that by taking the 3 times the 2 and then add the 1 to it to get our numerator. So again, I have 5 over 1 because this is 5 wholes. And when I do the 3 times 2 and add the 1, I get 7. And my denominator stays the same. And then I multiply straight across. So 5 times 7 is 35. And 1 times 3 is 3. And again, if you would like to change this back into a mixed number, you're welcome to. Again, we need to figure out how many groups of 3 are in 35. There are 11 groups of 3 because 3 times 11 is 33. So it goes in 11 times. And if 3 times 11 is 33, that means I have 2 left over. So I can rename 35 thirds as 11 and 2/3. Okay? All right, example number 2. Again, I have 7 and 3/4 times 2/3. So I want to change that 7 and 3/4 into an improper fraction. So again, I'm going to take the 4 and times the 7 and get 28, plus the 3 and get 31. And my denominator always stays the same. And then I'm going to multiply it by that 2/3. And then I can just multiply straight across. So 31 times 2 is 62. And 4 times 3 is 12. And as I said before, you are welcome to change that back into a mixed number. So we would have to figure out how many groups of 12 go into 62, and there are 5 of them. And because 5 times 12 is 60, and I have, again, 2 left over. So it'd be 2 over 12. And you're welcome to simplify the 2/12 and figure out that 2 goes into 12 and 2, and I can simplify that into 5 and 1/6 if I choose to do so. Okay? All right, and the last one, we have a mixed times a mixed. So again, changing these to improper is way faster than taking the 5 times the 1, and then the 5 times the 3/4, and then the half times the 1, and then the half times the 3/4, and then adding all of those products together. So really changing that into an improper fraction is your quickest and easiest way to do that. So again, 2 times 5 plus 1 is 11, and 4 times 1 plus 3 is 7. So I get 77 over 8. And then again, if you would like to change that into a mixed number, I figure out how many groups of 8 are in 77, and there are 9, because 9 times 8 is 72, and then there are 5 left over. And there is your final answer. And that is how you multiply mixed numbers with whole numbers, fractions, and other mixed numbers.